So Kay wonders what aspect of the trigger causes the feedback loops to get off track. Is it the virus? Is it inflammation caused by the virus? So I think this is a good opportunity to touch on the fact that I don't give much credence to the triggering event that causes diabetes. And that's because when you consider the feedback loops in the video that this comment is referring to, you start to realize that inflammation is coming from a lot of different sources. And it's been going on for a lot longer than I think all of us reckon. And I'm talking years. This has been going on a long, long time. And our body has slowly been compensating all of these imbalances to try to keep us stable. And the triggering event that we give all of the credit for us having diabetes, because logically we think, well, before the trigger, I didn't have diabetes. After the trigger, I have it. So it must be the reason I have it. But you're skipping over all of the things that your body had to do and all of the actions it had to take to try and right the ship until it got to a point where it was so crooked where anything would have pushed it over the top and broken the system as a whole. So I want to make sure that no one is looking at this as the triggering event, as the reason they have diabetes. It was simply the straw that broke the camel's back. And this throws a wrench in a lot of people's race for a cure. Because if we stay operating in this one input, one output outlook on diabetes, where it was like, oh, it's genetic. Oh, it was, a vaccine injury. Oh, it was a virus. That would mean that the way to address it would have to be tied to that trigger. Okay, if I get rid of all my parasites, or if I take all of these antivirals, if I do this genetic therapy, then I'll be good. But that completely ignores the fact that this system as a whole has been slowly deteriorating for a long time. And the fact that it's more things factoring into the development of diabetes, I think is a blessing, because while there are more variables at play, they each play smaller roles. And the more you look at them, the more you realize how readily accessible they are from a treatment standpoint, whether that be our nutrition and our vitamin and mineral balance in our body, whether that be taking steps to clean out certain organ systems like the liver or the gut, filtering our water, cleaning our air, getting all of the sources of external stress out of our life. While no one thing is automatically going to reset the whole system, you can take a lot of little hits at all of the things that cause the inflammatory storm. Because to the same point that the development of the disease took a long time, because every time something went a little off, our body had to recompensate, undoing all of those compensations is not going to happen like that. So with each of our small local steps to address each of these little inflammatory steps, it's giving our body the time to readjust back to center. Because the goal isn't just regenerating beta cells, it's regenerating beta cells and creating an environment where they can be sustainable. And that's something stem cells, transplants, and genetic manipulations do not factor in.